Hey, YouTube. Well, Miss Wendy has finally got to the point. My grandmother used to always tell me, there's nothing quite like a made up mind. When your mind, to me, that's your deliverance. When your mind is made up, you know the course. Wendy Williams, I think she was kind of afraid of her husband. She was dominated by her husband, trying to keep up appearances. And then he just flaunted his outside relationships and all of his lavish spending and all this shit. And at some point, and it's no coincidence that this happened in a sober house. Because what happened, I believe, is her head got clear enough to see the picture clearly. Kevin Hunter, that dude was probably keeping her high and drunk. As long as he can keep her high and drunk, I mean, it's her choice. But as long as she was high and drunk, he could still get away with the kind of shit he was getting away with. She just didn't have the strength to deal with it. But now that she's got a few days clean, and the road is not over. I hope Wendy is clear about that. Your sobriety is an ongoing process. I think she's got clean before from cocaine. So perhaps she already knows what she has to do. But it's no coincidence that as soon as she was a couple of weeks away from that house, she files for divorce. Now, the arrogance of this dude, your wife files for divorce and you go out and buy your girlfriend a fucking Ferrari and yourself a new Bentley. From what I understand, this stuff is coming down so fast. This was obviously a move for him to gather some things that would have to be paid for by Wendy Williams before he probably felt the hammer coming down. But to her credit, and bless that woman, she got that Ferrari taken out of that woman's garage. It was a lease, and she called the people and said, "I don't want it," because everything is basically her in her name. He signs on to everything he can sign on to, but Wendy Williams is still the hog with the big nuts. Where'd that come from? Oh, my mama told me that once. Get out, nigga. I'm the hog with the big nuts. When I was becoming a teenager, starting to smell myself, my mother could really lay me out. Anyway, so now we're seeing a full-grown woman. She has got this car back, and I'm sure she's coming for that Bentley as well, unless he wants to live in the Bentley. Because she's also filed papers for him to get out of her house. He got 48 hours to move out of her mansion. Now, a few days ago, we were saying Wendy Williams was out in New York City looking for an apartment, which she can. She can have both. She can have 5 or 6 residences. She's been on the air a long time, so she has a lot of money. And without this leech sucking her, she's going to be a lot richer. No matter what he takes in this divorce, she's the one that continues to make money. So maybe she wants to have 2 now. She wants to have her a pad in New York City and her own home. See, as long as she stayed high and drunk, Calvin was still in control and scared of him. He would put hands on her, I understand. Locked up. But when she got that mind made up, honey, she's called in all cards. Then she have a sister that's a lawyer who has moved in with her. Or I should say joined her in New Jersey. And now this dude, Hunter, is given only hours to get out, to vacate the house, which is usually what happens. The women usually get the house, but, you know, she's the rich one. Anyway. And this girl who he went and bought her a condo, that's where the car was parked. I guess he going to have to move in with the girlfriend now in her condo because it's been her house all along. He's just come over there to bang, you know. Anyway, this is a great big old mess, but I see Wendy Williams. It's nice to see a person fighting back. I was afraid this man was just going to take advantage of her and just keep taking advantage of her. But what I didn't realize was this woman is no longer high. For however long it lasts, she's got a clear head. She's got her sister, her attorney there by her side, somebody who truly loves her own family. Then you got to figure out a way to get rid of this dude. So all of the wasteful spending of Kevin Hunter her money. All that's going to come into play when they try to separate these assets. I just saw on what's this girl's name? I don't know. Just saw on somebody else's some other blogger was showing about how you can divorce, and if the person is blatantly spending money on an outside relationship, that can be taken into consideration. He's in bad shape, and what Wendy has? She has money. She can have the best security in Jersey. And he would be a damn fool to come and try to put his hands on that woman with all this spotlight on them. Right? So she's smelling herself. Now, she's recognizing that I'm the one controlling this. As long as he had a little piece of her heart, he could probably manipulate her, beat her up, then sweet talk her. He could still manipulate her and get her, pour her another drink. But now, Hunter, you ain't got no talent. My hope for you would be, I would hope that you have learned how to actually be a producer of a show in all these 22 years. Because you're going to need some kind of skill to make a living. Just spending willy-nilly, that's over with. And you're going to have to find a way to make a living. So if you come out of this relationship with the skills to produce a television or even radio show, then I would call that a win. Other than that, you're gone. So good for you, Wendy Williams. We'll check in every once in a while. This story is moving so fast. There's a different twist every single day. But as far as we know right now, he is fired from the show. He has been given 48 hours to get out of the house. I guess it's 24 hours now to get out of the house. The car, the Ferrari, has been repossessed or taken back to its owner, the leaser. They didn't mention anything about the Bentley. Maybe she'll work on that next. Or maybe he'll just move into the Bentley. We'll see.